Hello! In this video, I'm going to show you how to divide decimal by one-digit divisor. One-digit whole number divisor. Okay, so let us have this example. So 0.56 divided by 7 or 56 hundredths divided by 7. So first, let us write this in the other form. So 0.56 divided by 7. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to write a decimal point above the decimal point of our dividend. And then we divide like dividing whole number. So let us start here. 0 divided by 7. We cannot divide 0 by 7. So we just write 0 above that digit. Next, take two-digit number. So here, this becomes 0.5 or 5. So 5 divided by 7. So as you can see, 5 is lesser than 7. That means we cannot divide it. Just write 0 there. Okay? And take the other digit. This becomes 56. Okay, so 56 divided by 7, that would be 8. Then multiply 8 times 7, that would be 56. So subtract, we have 0. Okay? So the answer here is 0.08 or 8 hundredths. So this is our quotient. Alright? So let us have another example here. 5.34 divided by 6. So we have a mixed decimal divided by a one-digit whole number. So the same, let us write the praise in this form. 5.34 divided by 6. So the first thing you need to do again is to write a decimal point above the decimal point of our dividend. So divide like dividing whole number. So 5 divided by 6. So we cannot divide 5 by 6. So just write here 0. Then make it two-digit. So ignore the decimal point here. This becomes 53. So 53 divided by 6, that would be 8. So the closer number would be 8 times 6 is 48. Next, oh sorry, that's 48. There. Okay, so subtract. So here we cannot subtract 3 by 8. So we borrow from 5. So this becomes 4. This becomes 13. And then subtract 13 minus 8 is 5. And here, 4 minus 4 is 0. So since the difference is 0, we don't need to write the 0 here. Then, bring down the next digit, 4. So this becomes 54 divided by 6. So that is equivalent to 9. So 9 times 6 is 54. Then subtract. So the answer here is 0. Okay, or the difference is 0. So the answer for this phrase is 0.89. There. So this is our quotient. Alright? So let us have another example here. So 75.28 divided by 8. So right in this form, 75.28 divided by 8. Just like we did a while ago, write a decimal point above the decimal point of our dividend. Then divide like whole number. So 7 divided by 8. We cannot divide 7 by 8. We take two-digit number. Since 75 is in the whole number part, so we don't need to write 0 above 7. So this becomes 75 divided by 8. So that would be 9. So 9 times 8 is 72. Then subtract. So here, 75 minus 72, so 5 minus 2, that would be 3. Then 7 minus 7 is 0. So we don't need to write the 0 here. Then we need to bring down the next digit 2. So 32 divided by 8. So that would be 4. So 4 times 8 is 32. Subtract. So 32 divided by, 32 minus 32 is 0. So you don't need to write 0 here. Then bring down the next digit 8. So 8 divided by 8 is 1. And 1 times 8 is 8. Subtract. So the answer is 0. Sorry about that, 0. Okay, so the answer for this is 9.41. Okay. Okay, those are my dogs. Okay, next. Okay, for the last example, take a look at. We have 1.61 divided by 4. So the same procedure, the first thing or the first step that you need to do is to align or put a decimal point above the decimal point of the dividend. Then divide like dividing whole number. 1 divided by 4, we cannot divide 1 by 4, so we place 0 here. And then take the other digit. So the number form now is 16. Like I said, ignore the decimal point here. So this becomes 16 divided by 4. So that would be 4. Then multiply 4 times 4, 16. Then subtract. So 16 minus 16 is 0. So we don't need to write 0 here. Bring down 1. So 1 divided by 4 is, we cannot divide 1 by 0, so we write here 0. So 0 times 4 is 0. Subtract. So the difference is 1. As you can see, our difference is not 0 yet. So if this happens, we need to annex 0 here, another digit, and then bring it down. So the number now below becomes 10. Then divide 10 divided by 4, that is 2. So 2 times 4 is 8. Subtract. So this is 10 minus 8 is 2. So as you notice, the difference is still not 0. So we stop only if the difference here is 0. So we need to annex another 0 here and then bring it down. So the number form now is 20. So 20 divided by 4 this time. So that is 5. 5 times 4 is 20. Subtract. So the answer here is 0. So now that the difference is 0, we stop. So the answer for this expression, sorry about that, equal. So we have 0.4025. Okay? There is your quotient. I hope you learned something this time. Okay, see you next time. Bye.